Excuse me. Let's talk about something. Let's talk about acne. Let's talk about things that sometimes we don't really want to talk about and we wish weren't there, because I can sure tell you that is how I used to feel a lot of the time, and sometimes I still do feel like that, but there are ways around it, and I kind of want to share some tips and tricks with you in order to love yourself in the process. Love yourself in the process of trying to clear up your skin, whether it's just a couple little pimples here and there, or whether you are just completely covered right now and you feel like it's so hard to tell yourself that you're beautiful, even though you are, and even though we're so much more than the surface. The surface can really impact us sometimes, and it can have us waking up in the morning feeling like, you know, I just want to hide my face, I just want to cover it up, I don't want to go out in public, I don't want people to see me like this, I don't want to see myself like this, looking in the mirror and just thinking like, what happened? We have got to start by taking responsibility for how we got here. How did we get here? Take a look at your diet. What are you eating? Are you eating a lot of animal-based products? Are you eating a lot of junk food? Are you eating a lot of vegan junk food? If you're eating a lot of vegan junk food, like I was not too long ago, yeah, this is what that is from. Now, I did actually end up clearing up my skin when I was eating raw till 4, and I was eating super high carb, which I still do, but I was eating really high fruit and really high water content, and I wasn't really eating a lot of processed things. And then you get into eating out more, and you get into the stuff that has a lot of unnecessary oil and salt, and that has resulted in this. So we're still working on it, but I know that I did clear my skin up, and when I came back to having acne, then that's definitely something where I had to kind of relearn how to look in the mirror and say, girl, it's all good. We're gonna clear this up together. So I wanted to share with you a couple of things that helped me along my journey, and it's still helping me along my journey, in order to look in the mirror and say like, you beautiful. You don't need to be this clear-skinned, model-looking girl in order to feel like you a boss bitch. Am I right? Just realize that you are so much more than this skin. We are so much more than this skin, okay? And don't feel like you have to hide from anyone, even yourself. You just have to know that, okay, you know, my body is telling me, hey, I don't really like what you're putting into it. I don't like how you're treating me. We need to change things up. We need to see what works for us so that we can get rid of the inflammation that's happening from your body, because that acne is not there just to taunt you. It's there to tell you like, hey, I need more water. I need more vegetables. I need more fruit. I need more sleep. I need more this. I need less that. So you've really got to play around with it, but you really have to look at your diet and how you're treating your body on a daily basis. Now, when it comes to diet, I'm not telling you you have to be this like raw fruitarian and you only eat fruits and vegetables. I mean, that would be like ideal, but a lot of us, including myself, don't live in a climate where that's really possible. I just personally wouldn't be able to do that myself. If I was living somewhere tropical, sure, but let's be realistic. I love cooked food way too much to ever go raw. Raw till 4 is like the most that I'd ever do, but I felt so good on that. Now, a lot of people aren't going to want to eat raw all throughout the day and then eat just cooked food at night. Some people are more fruity, some people are more starchy, and that's totally fine. The main thing to focus on is how much oil you're getting. Oil is just unnecessary fat, okay? It's unnecessary refined fat. Our body does not need it. And look at the amount of fats that you're eating. Is your diet pretty much based around fats? Because if so, it depends on the person. Some people can eat a ton of fats and they're completely fine. Some people, like myself, could eat just a little bit of fat and break out, and that's just the way that it is, okay? Our bodies are not all going to react the same. They're going to react differently, and you just got to learn to deal with that and accept that. What works for someone may not work for you. So just take a look at your diet. Take a look at how much water you're drinking. Are you drinking a lot of water throughout the day? No? Start. Water is literally the best thing in the world for your body. I mean, our body is almost completely made full of water. Not completely, I think it's like 70% or something like that. I don't know. But I know that there's a lot. So when TMI here, when I got a UTI not too long ago, I actually was chugging water like I've never chugged water before, just because it was the only thing in the planet that actually made me feel better, and my skin cleared up like crazy, and that was awesome. And I also lost like several pounds without even trying, and I was drinking probably about like maybe 2.5 to like 3 liters a day. Now you don't have to do overkill like that. Like me myself, I have like a really tiny bladder, I feel, and I like pee like all the time, and that doesn't really work ideally when you work at a job where you're like sitting for 8 hours and you're having to be on the phone and your supervisor's like, girl, why are you going to the bathroom so much? And you're just like, tiny bladder life. Just drink as much water as you can. Are you drinking a lot of pop? Are you drinking a lot of juices that aren't organic or have a lot of refined sugar in them? I'm not saying that those are like totally bad for you, but I mean, at the same time, they're definitely not good for you. So try to cut that down and replace it with water and see how you feel. If you are a partier and you like to drink, you like to smoke weed, you like to do drugs, just understand that if you're putting a lot of chemicals like that into your body, it's not likely that your body's going to react in a way to say like, oh my god, yes, I'm totally going to thrive off of this, because it doesn't really work that way. So it's just something to take into consideration, because I know I came from a past of smoking a lot of weed, and I was smoking out of a lot of bongs, and that's why I had a lot of acne around here. And I tried to do everything that I could except acknowledge the elephant in the room. So I don't know what your habits are like, but that's something to take into consideration. Just take a little bit of a break if maybe you're noticing that you have acne around here and your habits are relatively close to that. Just wanting to let you know, because once I stopped smoking, I actually cleared up like insanely around here. This is separate, okay? That's from me picking my face, and that's another thing I'm gonna say. Do not pick your face. Learn from my mistakes, and I swear to God, it takes me like a million times to learn, but picking your face is only going to make it more irritated, and it's only gonna make your skin say like, hey girl, what are you doing? Like, I'm trying to heal myself, and you're like getting involved. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Do not try to pick your face, okay? Like, seriously, I did that today, and it was the worst regret of my life, because I know for a fact, like, I have gone through points where I don't touch my face, I don't whatever. If acne arises, okay, but it takes care of itself, and then it like goes back down, and it's so cool to see. So do not touch your face. And take into consideration, if you're like touching your face a lot throughout the day, think of how much junk you have on your hand. Where have those hands been? You don't know. You don't know what kind of like oils or what you're picking up, touching other things, and then putting it in your face. Like, your skin absorbs everything. So whatever you're putting on there, just try not to touch it, okay? Try to like play with your hair or something instead, or get like a little bit of a stress ball and just like, you know? And the next thing I'm gonna tell you, putting a bunch of products on your face ain't gonna do stuff in the long run. Seriously, I have gone through so many expensive products where you just put it on your face and it's like, it'll get rid of acne, don't worry. Maybe it does for like a week or a month, but if you stop using it, it's gonna come back. So it's not something that's actually going to treat the root problem. The root problem is something in your body that is conflicting and saying like, hey, I don't like this, what you doing? So you've just gotta work with your body and just try different things. Like I said, everyone's body is not the same, but I do know that putting a bunch of products on your face and having a lot of chemicals seep up in there, it's not really going to do you any good, and it's not going to do your bank account good either. Seriously, I've been there and done that with like the most expensive creams, and it really hasn't done anything for me. I'm editing this right now, and I totally forgot to mention something that I wanted to mention, but since it's such an almost irrelevant thing in my life, I didn't even think about it. Makeup, okay? Makeup is an art. Makeup is beautiful. I am not telling you not to wear makeup, but if you're someone who wears makeup every single day, you always put foundation on, you're never really giving your skin time to breathe, just realize that your skin's not going to have any time to heal or clear up when it's constantly being bombarded by foundation or concealer or powder. So just give yourself a break. It's okay. I mean, if you're scared to go out in public because you're like, oh my god, people can't see me without makeup, half the time people really don't care what you're doing, okay? If it's something really personal where you don't think you can go without makeup because it's what gives you confidence and security, you really have to learn to love your natural self, okay? You have to. I'm not saying you don't have to go your entire life without makeup, but you do have to realize that you are such a beautiful individual, and you're not just beautiful when you have all of your layers on, when you put your face on, okay? You just need to learn to love your natural self and understand why it's in the state that it's in, and that you can clear that up if you do really want to, but give your skin time to breathe. It's so, so important. So yeah, let's get back to the video. That's another thing to take into consideration. Soap. Soap clogs the frick out of your pores, okay? I know you're probably like, oh my god, you don't wash your face with soap? That's so gross. Think about it. I mean, if you're washing your face with soap and you're trying to unclog your pores, but you're putting more chemicals in there, even if it's like the most natural, organic thing in the world. Like, it's still not necessary to put on your face. Just wash your face with warm water and take a little towel and just rub it in circles around. I'll show you guys. I'll insert a little bit of a clip of me doing it. La-dee-dee-da-dee. So rub. Just rub your face nice and gentle, but also a little bit rough, but just don't like rip your skin off, okay? Okay. Yeah, that honestly has done wonders for me. I actually was wanting to put up a video not too long ago about this, and it didn't end up working out. I didn't like the way I had it laid out. It actually works out now because now I can show you the difference between just a couple of weeks of me doing this and using no products on my face and just washing it with warm water and using a little cloth to, like, I'm pretty sure it like takes all the dead skin off. I don't know what it really does, but I know that it works. This side is pretty much all cleared up except for a couple. This looked a lot better before I picked it, that's for sure. And oh, eyelashes on fleek. And yeah, this has gone down noticeably. So it does work. You just gotta give it time. You've just gotta be patient with it, and you just gotta like love yourself in the process. One really important thing too is not looking in the mirror and thinking to yourself, I'm ugly, I am, you know, this acne-filled planet of just like craters, because every word that you say and every thought that you think about yourself, you're constantly creating that for yourself. So as hard as it may be, and as difficult as it may be, just look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself you're beautiful every single day, and that you are going to work with yourself and you are going to clear that up together, you know, become your own best friend, and think to yourself that it's going to be a really cool journey. Like, maybe take before pictures that you can have that can maybe motivate you, or just remember that patience is so key. Patience is key, okay? Don't rush everything, because if you really want to get rid of acne for life, it's gonna take some time. So that's my little tip for today. This is getting a little bit long, so I think I'm gonna bounce out of here. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I didn't post the one I wanted to originally post because it went up like way too long, but like here we are again. So yeah, so I'll catch you guys in the next video. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up. I also want to show you guys how big this smoothie is. The carbs make you fat, right? So fat, so fat. Oh my god.